having difficulty with. You mentioned the commodity related and the commodity loans. They've got a non-performing loan ratio that's not doing particularly well at 2.5% last year. We're expecting it to increase. They've also got other difficulties with capital adequacy ratios. They've got a number of write-downs, as you mentioned. They've had write-downs with their Korean business of $1 billion, and we're expecting them to have to raise up to $11 billion in capital just to cover those costs, in addition to another $4 billion that they need for regulatory issues.
And all of these problems put together has led to a change in leadership. So will the new leadership be able to turn things around?
I'm not convinced. A lot of the analysts and investors seem to think after 2 years of doldrums in financial related issues and 6 months of poor performance that having a new management team come in will be a good thing. I think Bill Winters himself is a consummate professional. He is renowned for his investment banking expertise. However, 40% of StanChart's business is a consumer banking business. It's not a wholesale or an investment related business. And Bill Winters himself has little, or at least of my knowledge, no experience in Asia. So when we're talking about a bank that predominantly has a focus in Asia, predominantly has most of its business coming from, at least half of it coming from a consumer side, it's very difficult to see how he's going to contend with those issues, as well as raising capital straight off the mark.
Bill Winters, a former JP Morgan executive there. So if you would give him some advice on how to turn around their operations and not being an Asia hand, what must he do then?
He needs to come out and learn how the consumer business works in Asia, particularly in Hong Kong, where 20% of that business is founded. He needs to not do the quick fixes. We've had Peter Sands, the outgoing CEO, cutting jobs. We don't need to do that. We need to see a long-term plan that is very clearly laid out and implemented, and he would probably do best as well to get a strong Asia, Africa, Middle East experienced team around him to be able to implement that.
Thank you so much for your insights on Standard Chartered. Colin Savage from the Asian Banker. Well, struggling